I'm excited about what we're going to be discussing today, and I would love to remind us that if you haven't sent someone an invite, please do. You don't want to be the only one enjoying from this interesting conversation today. Um, our workshops usually are to transform transform our daily activities as builders, as visionary builders. So it's always insightful if we do not choose to, hold such wonderful conversations and encourage someone else to come on board. Um, Most especially, one of the important things is to ensure that we're deliberate about what we're here for. So you're meant to have your notepad and your pen. If you're if you're traditional like me, a physical notepad and a pen, or something else to take down notes and ensure that these notes are something we do move beyond just hearers and become doers. So I'm excited. I cannot wait. I am so excited. I just cannot wait because the theme of um our workshop is building in the era of AI, and it's something that gives me so much joy. So I would love us to be certain about our expectation for the workshop today. And I think moving on, if we've done what is needful, I would love to call on um, my wonderful conveyor. I find her so um I find her so transforming. I feel as if to come up with this wonderful vision takes a lot. Good evening, Ma. I would love to hand over the mic to you. Good evening, Ma. Ma, are you available?
Yes, good evening, everybody. Thank you, Osakuni. I want to welcome all of us once again. Osakuni here, our moderator. She has given us a great start, letting you know that first off, we appreciate that you're here. It's for your own growth, it's for your own personal development. It shows your commitment to being better. But most importantly, I want to assure you that the resource person we have here today is somebody you want to listen to over and over again. When we talk about people who are professionals in their fields, they've seen the length and breadth within the country, outside the country. That's one person that we have here today. So Sakini, can you help me share the what's it called? Share the his bio so we could actually introduce him and then bring him up. If you've attended our last month's workshop, you know that we like to keep to time because it's already, people are already winding down. So it is just we want to keep to time. So let's bring him up quickly. And like she said, get your notepad. We are trying our best to record these sessions, but aside having the recording, have your notepads, but most importantly, have your questions. There are people you encounter that the fact you have this access free doesn't mean that if you meet them somewhere else, you won't pay so much to hear the same things. So that's one of the that's the person we are having here today. His name is Mr. Samuel Ofere. Mr. Samuel Ofere is a technology professional. He's a software developer. He's a systems architect. He's an innovation advocate with more than 10 years of experience building scalable digital solutions across Africa. Now, he currently works with Africa CDC, where he supports digital transformation and public health technology initiatives that impact multiple countries on the continent. Now, as a software engineer, a startup coach, a mentor, and an entrepreneur, he has worked with both public and private sector organizations to design systems that solve real world challenges. So, when we are talking about building with AI, we're bringing somebody who is in the game, who has been moving with technology and has to update with technology too. So, he's giving you information from what's happening live in the market, right? So what he's going to help you do today is that he's going to help you and your business embrace technology. He's going to unlock opportunities you're going to see by yourself. You begin to see the opportunities you can have with AI and how you can remain relevant rapidly. I was speaking with my mom some days ago. I told her when I was in junior class, they taught us what's it called, shorthand, typewriter, and all of that. But now those things are not relevant. So it's funny that I learned shorthand, I learned typewriting, I learned computer, but now I have to learn AI. Do you see how we've been transitioning? So we must seek to remain relevant. And this is one person that has remained relevant. It's someone I know closely. So today he will be sharing practical insights on how artificial intelligence is transforming industries. It doesn't matter whether you are into tech or not, whether you're a hairstylist. Ibuku Awoshika was talking about her hairstylist who is getting out of business because he's no longer with the whole trend of how hairstyle is being done now. All he knows is palming, but now people are doing installation and a lot. With time, AI will also take over those things. So how can you prepare better to remain what relevant? That's why we are here. So he's going to share those practical insights with you so you understand how AI is transforming industries, reshaping careers. Some of you, your younger ones, want to go and study a course that is no longer relevant. From this place, you can advise them that this course is no longer relevant because AI is reshaping careers. Creating unprecedented opportunities for builders. There are new job opportunities that were not available 10 years ago for both professionals, entrepreneurs, innovators. Wherever you are, AI has something that is affecting your field. So without much talk, let's bring up Mr. Samuel Ufere. Please just react with your emojis. React with your emojis. Let's welcome him. We are so thankful to have you here, sir. And please share this link with someone. Don't be the only one, the only person gaining all the knowledge. Share this link to your WhatsApp as we bring him up. Please, sir, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the invitation and good evening, everyone. And I hope I'm audible.
Yes,
Can
very
everyone?
audible.
All right, thank you for that. And it's my pleasure to be here and to share from some of the things we have learned and over the years, and allow me to be as raw as I can. And I think I have a disclaimer that at any point I want to use 30 I want to spend more time listening to them. Their the issues they might be facing and not just talk. I don't believe in talk, I believe in actions. All right. So at any point I stop in my slide, please you forgive me so that I can be allowed to take questions if the organizers would allow that. Let me appreciate the organizer for allowing me to join. Um, allowing me to join this. That being said, I believe everyone can see my screen. All right. Thank you for the reaction. So I'll be just taking um I was speaking on building in the era of AI. I've been asked to speak on that, and I'm narrowing my talk down on how to stay relevant. I always tell people that when we talk about the future, we are now in the future. The future we are talking about is now. You know, and if you have not started taking advantage or leveraging on the power of AI, then you are starting too late. You are starting too late. The way we do business, the way we live our lives, the way our interaction generally has been shaped by the coming of AI. And I don't just want to dwell on AI. Towards the end of my discussion, I want to show us something beyond AI, which is something I've been dwelling for the past few months and making deep research on. All right. So imagine you have discovered this early. Um, we had in the 1998, we had the Google search era. That was the era of search engines, Google, Yahoo, and the rest. Then, if you know how to use Google and Yahoo, you are the big boy. You know. Then gradually, when the boys when we started having the separation between the boys and the men, that was the social media era. We had Facebook coming, we had to go coming, we had the era of we had the era of and Instagram is more recent, WhatsApp is more recent, we had the Facebook era, and it was a social era, right? Then we progressed into the crypto era. One of the greatest mistakes most people in my generation made was that we didn't take advantage of crypto. I remembered that in the early days, I someone asked me to come buy Bitcoin. For one Bitcoin was around 18,000 naira. Yes, 18,000 naira, and I didn't even have to buy a the full Bitcoin. If I only knew, I would have just bought just 0.05 Bitcoin. By now, I would have been a millionaire. A millionaire. So that was the crypto era. So now, what if artificial intelligence is that exact moment for our generation? As a matter of fact, if you are just coming into AI now, you are coming a bit late. But it's still good that you're coming. At least you can hold your hand to pull you up, because by all means, we shall not leave anybody behind. I was speaking to a group of leaders over last weekend, and I was speaking to them on the era of utilizing AI for evangelism and for the modern gospel. Sorry, if you are not a Christian, forgive me for this example. And I told them, I said, gone are days when we have to follow the analog things, analog way to ensure that we deliver or create value. Now AI has come to even make the delivery of sermons easier. So the question is, what would you have done early? What would you have done differently if you had discovered this early? What would you have done differently? All right. If you look at this, I have my technology trajectory map, and looking at the leverage of technology in context to time, from the machine era, that the industrial age, which was prevalent, which we had more of machines, to the information age. Sorry, I am laying a background to my main conversation. All right. Then we had the information age, of course, the computer age. That was when we started going to the cyber cafe to you pay for time. They give you time. You use a 1 hour. We got into the internet age, which is the connectivity age, where virtually everyone had access to internet, the MTN and 2G. If you remember the 2G MiFi in those years, then we got into the smartphone era, the mobile age, in which even a child of 2, 3 years now knows how to make use of smartphones. All right. I know when my daughter at 3 years then was able to, you could give her your phone, she's able to operate your devices and the rest. You know, you know. And now we are now in the AI age, which is the intelligence age. You know, the issue is that in this era, those who win are those who learn how to make use of new tools early. Yeah, those who win are those who knows how to make use of new tools early. Don't be a late comer to this. Learn how to make use of these new tools early. All right, so I've had people ask me questions like, how are we going to survive with this era of AI? Are we going to survive? What is the need for us? This, and people are afraid. They don't know the future. The future is not predictable for them. I always tell them the question is not whether AI will replace people. The real question is, who will learn to work with AI and who will learn to build with AI? Let me say it clearly. AI will only replace those who have not learned how to make use of AI. People are being displaced from work, but new jobs are being created. All right. So that means that you can no longer joke with continuous learning. In fact, the baseline operating system for the future is learning. Look at the career trajectory. Before now, they'll tell you, go get a job, go to school. When you learn, you become a graduate, you get a job, and you retire. I jokingly told somebody, what my mother worked for 35 years in civil service and could not achieve in AI era, I have achieved those things in less than 1 to 2 years. Let's know what I'm talking about. So if you think now, I'm not discouraging going to school to learn. Of course, I'm currently on my third master's. So, so I don't discourage people going to school, but the career trajectory is drifting and is changing. Now, the focus is learn, adapt, build, reinvent. Learn, adapt, build, reinvent. So the question is, what are you building? What are you building? In tech, before now, I've been a software developer for quite some time, and I've been privileged to mentor over a thousand developers, and over 500 of them are doing very well and working outside the shores of Nigeria. You know, now it is no longer about writing code. It's no longer about can you write code. The new era is now solutions architecture. How able are you to guide AI to build intelligent systems? Because there is no amount of code you want to write now as an IT person that AI cannot write for you. So is now the new job in the industry is now solutions architects. So I'm giving somebody an expo. Somebody who has been asking, oh, I've been an AI is doing my, I've been coding and AI is taking my job. The other day, a young guy reached out to me. And he reached out to me a few years ago. I told him to go learn coding, and he came after a few years. He has gotten the computer to learn coding to the game very late. I told him other areas to go into. He said, why? I said, I cannot hire you now as a front end engineer because the work you have to do for me, it will take you 1 month to develop a system for me that can use AI to develop in 1 hour. The difference is that and somebody asked me, what has made you relevant in the industry that even with the advent of AI, did they rush you? Permit me to use that word. It's simple. We have learned how to use AI intelligently. We have learned, if time permits me, I can show you systems. You'll be shocked. We are built from ground up using AI. All we need to do is just to sit down and carry out our architecture. All right. The number of hours we have to work on complex documentation has reduced. Right now, I can solve complex problems in minutes. Very complex problems. The other day I got a lot of materials, a lot of my documents to review, and each of the documents was over 1,000 pages. I needed to review and give my technical input. I didn't have to, but all I needed to do was to put it into AI, gave it my search, my prompt, and it gave me what I wanted, and that informed my decision. And I came up and I gave my input. And when I did, everybody was like, "Wow, my dear, it is AI." So it is no longer continuous learning is no longer optional. Just before I joined this session, I was still online trying to research some latest trend, online, because you'll be left behind the day you stop learning. So actually, instead of AI is not making us lazy, rather it is making us to be more intelligent. It is pushing us that we have to wake up. All right. So, like I said, AI is not replacing industry, but it is upgrading operating capacities. AI is not replacing industries, it is rather upgrading operating capacities. In the healthcare sector, we have AI assisted diagnosis, we have medical transcriptions, we have the likes of the mobile doctors and the rest who you no longer need to go to the hospital to see a doctor. In banking sector, a lot of upgrade has come in. Before now, you want to send money, you can just put in account number and send. But now it has to query the system and be sure the account number is tallying with the name. So right now in this era, if you make a mistake and send money to the wrong account, it is your fault. It is not the fault of the system because it queries and it shows you everything. Even when you go to the bank to make transactions right now, all you needed to do is to put your fingerprint. You no longer need a human agent. Go to the bank, put a fingerprint. They give you that their machine. You put in the amount you want to put in. Then you put in the phone number. You put your fingerprint. Your transaction is completed. Agriculture, we now have smart farming. We now have smart disease predictions. Some time ago, we built a product for a farmer, and we had to get some RFID devices, and we had to implant those devices in the earlobes of the animals in the farm. You think you would think that the animals are wearing earrings, whereas what they are wearing RFID detection system. It helps to detect and monitor their temperature and of course to know where they are and per time. All the owner of the farm needs to do is come to the smart dashboard and see the temperature of each of the animals per time. So is helping us upgrade things. So I believe that as I'm speaking, we are getting insights. And for someone who is confused on the next thing to do, I believe you should be picking up ideas. But don't worry, you won't pay me for that. All right. Before AI, we could spend bulk of hours on documentation, manual tasks, you know. But now, of course, AI has reduced the way we do things. For me, in my office where I work, we now have real-time disease surveillance and real-time outbreak predictions, public health analytics. Why do you think we're able to predict and tell you that in the next few days there might possibly be uh, okay outbreak of so disease because we have a prediction system that is able to do that. We work with trends. All right. So AI has really come in to help us compress the time we spend in doing more. So doctors now spend less amount of time than they used to spend before now. Now, let me reiterate, jobs will not disappear. Rather, jobs will evolve. If your father is still an accountant in the 1960s, he will lose his job if he doesn't evolve. Now we have what we call the AI assisted financial analyst. You no longer have to be an accountant that is doing check and balance. The other day, my wife was going through. She was to interpret a particular some data around. I think she used some financial data, and all she needed to do was to pick up the data, put it in AI. AI helped her with certain interpretations, and she came up and made a presentation. Everything was compressed for her in less than how many minutes. All right. We have teaching. If you're a teacher now, you need to learn how to make use of AI. We no longer have teaching jobs. We now have learning experience designers. We no longer have software developers, like I said earlier. We now have AI solutions architects. So if you are still priding as a developer, I'm sorry, we have left you behind. If you are still priding, I'm a technical writer, my dear, you are still in yesterday. We now have AI content strategists. You are no longer a writer, you're a strategist. All you need to do is to tell AI, I have 5 more minutes based on my timing, and I'm still in the night slide. Okay. All right, beyond AI, this is my focus. The next evolution is already emerging. Please hear me and hear me clearly. The next evolution is already emerging. We now have the generative AIs and we now have the agentic AIs. Your generative AI helps generating queries, I'm generating text, images, constant prompt and response supervision, marketing plan. All you need to do is to tell AI, oh, I need to come, I need to have I need a marketing plan for 30 days, blah blah blah, to give it to you. But agentic AI don't just answer queries. It takes you with step-by-step flow on how workflow can be automated. Agentic AI helps you with goal settings and high-level orchestrations. Agentic AI helps you with designs and schedule posts for 30. For instance, I wish there was time, I would have shown you another screen. I can go to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT, I'm a social media, I'm a social media writer or social media strategist for so and company, and the focus of the company is this and this and that. I want to generate a post for the next 30 days. It will gladly generate that post for me. And I can go to Facebook and tell Facebook that I want to schedule this post for the next 30 days. On Facebook, I can schedule a post that I want it to appear in the next few days as I want it to be. So that is not agentic AI. You no longer have to be there to push things. All you need to do is to schedule things. So if you're on this call and you're a content developer and every morning you still wake up to go and post things about your company or your brand, then you are still living in yesterday. Go and learn how to schedule posts. As a matter of fact, we need to have what we call the content calendar. I hope I'm not moving ahead of myself. All right. So that means that the job of human in this era is to set goals. The system thinks and plans for you. The system executes for you. The system collaborates and evaluates when it comes to you. So we are just a great system. If you have to survive in this era, you need to set up a system that operates without constant supervision. I have a friend who is a content developer for about 4 to 5 different brands, and she's always on time. If she tells you a post goes live by 2 a.m., 2 a.m. on the dot, except for time zone or time differences, which of course can be scheduled, a post goes live. She's not a magician. All she does is to go schedule a post and the system does it. In fact, these days, somebody said we are not a lazy generation, and I think I beg to differ. We're not a lazy generation. We've only learned how to do things better. All right. So, in the world of agentic AI, all you need to do is to one, create the design architecture, write the website content. It get deployed online, and you monitor the performance. I wish I could show you a system I developed for an organization who I'm not permitted to do that. All I did was to get into a query and told it what I wanted it to build. Like allowed the system build the website for me, generate content for me, which I made my input. Then I gave it the commands to go ahead to deploy for me. It deployed it for me. All I needed to do was to link and just to monitor the performance of the system. Oh, there's a downtime, there is this, there's that, there's CPU spike and the rest. So that means in the world of agentic AI, we have moved from I am doing it to we are doing it. The second person in the we is AI. So as a way of assignment, everyone in this group should have a personal website. And I think I will also plead with the visionaire if we can have another time to practically have, maybe that might be a more technical session, that everyone in that particular meeting must build a website from scratch, get a domain, and deploy it immediately. We'll have that session in 1 hour. We should be done with all this. But if you think that will be free, it won't be free. So anybody that wants to join that particular class, keep your money, please. All right. Okay. Education is being reinvented. There is nothing like you can't claim to own a particular body of knowledge now with the advent of AI. Allow me to share something with us quickly. Please let me stop sharing. I want to share um, um, let me share a screen with us. Um, okay, can you see my screen? All right.
Yes, sir. You can see your screen.
All right. So I mentioned I was taking a particular course, a certification program, couple of weeks ago, and each of the material was over 200 pages, and I had about 16 courses like that to do with my very busy schedule. If you can see my screen, you can see ISO 27001 lead implementer. All I needed to do was to upload the material into this AI, and I told it to generate for me an illustrative video. I don't have the time to go through the whole course material, and now this is a 6 or 7 minutes video for the whole course. Let me play it if you can see the screen. Let me pause here. Now, my question to you is, why are you not learning again? I don't have time, I don't have time is not an excuse. This is a 200-page material that was summarized for me. I need to share. All right. It was a 200-page material that was summarized for me into a 7 minutes video. And all I did was to study it and go write my exams. And I blasted the exams. All right. So education is being reinvented. It's no longer like before. You are preparing for WAEC and JAM. You don't need to go to the whole WAEC or JAM center. We have online AI stimulators that could help you to go online and pick up past WAEC experiences and form a simulator for you that you could use to learn. You want to learn coding, you no longer need to go to any special coding school. AI is now there for you. All right. Now, a small business can generate a social media content for a whole 1 month in 1 day. Like I said earlier, this is a sample of a practical calendar. You can get this calendar. You can get it with ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT and tell it you want a calendar for your business. ChatGPT will gladly give you this. You can go to Notion AI. Notion AI is another tool. It has a free version. It can help you with your content planning, editorial calendars, team collaboration, AI writing assistance. It can even help you with your task tracking. Or as small businesses and marketing team can use it. You can use Canva, Canva AI. Go to Canva AI. Most of us just use Canva. We've not analyzed the magic studio of Canva. It helps you generate social media posts, presentation and creation, brand kits. At some point in my office, when people hear, you're a senior IT person, they feel you do everything. I was called up one day to start preparing slides, make designs, come up with content for strategic events. I gladly accepted it because my AI was there for me. All I needed to do was to go to Canva, and Canva was there to help me. You have your Buffer AI. Buffer AI can help you AI capturing, you know. So my question to you is now, why are you not making use of AI? If a content creator, AI is there for you. The irony is that I tell people we have guys who use AI for the wrong things, and the guys who have the skill that should be channeled into using AI to do the right thing are not doing that. All right. CutCap is there. I learned how to edit with CutCap. It was Mercy, the visionaire, that I think, yeah, she was the one who taught me how to use CutCap. Yeah, I'm not ashamed to say that she taught me how to use that. We have a lot of virtual assistants. You don't need a tech degree now to build a digital income. We can start a 14 days I'm learning challenge now. And if you are committed to it on the 14th day, you've not started making money, then we need to take you to your village to go and do small sacrifice because the powers holding you are strong. That's on a lighter note. All right. So now in every industry now, humans are shifting from being the instrument to becoming the orchestrators. What do I mean? We are shifting from doing repetitive tasks, giving instruction to intelligent systems. And of course, there are things AI cannot do for you. AI doesn't have empathy. Well, even though someone could argue me on this one, we get deeper into the AI and the machine learning, the neural network field. But for the context of this presentation, AI doesn't, it needs human empathy. It needs human strategy. And it's AI will not find a problem for you. You have to discover the problem yourself. So you can see the human orchestrator is in the middle of the AI and data analysis and research, AI content and document writing, AI presentation and meeting summaries, AI code generation and debugging. It is the human orchestrator, it is the human strategy. It is we that finds the problem that AI helps to solve. So let me also emphasize or re-emphasize that AI is not taking your job. It will only take the job of those who refuse to grow. It will only take the job of those who stop thinking. It will only take the job of those who stop strategizing. Right now, I don't. Before now, whenever I attend meetings, though I skip meetings. I'm always afraid. And to make it worse, they can ask you, "Oh, Sam, this meeting you are taking a meeting. You are taking the minutes of this meeting." So imagine taking the minutes of a 4 or 5 hours meeting. All I needed to do was set my AI in motion. Anywhere I'm going, I have my Google, my Zoom note is always there. It's free of charge. Zoom note will record everything. When you finish taking note of everything, I press it, please generate summary for me. It generate the summary for me, break it down into action points and everything, and I get my mission note immediately after every meeting. Some people I work with, they think I'm a magician, but I've only learned how to make use of AI. Now let me shock you. This presentation, this slide I'm sharing with you, I didn't spend a minute preparing this slide. All I needed to do was to bring in my thoughts, the content of the content of my presentation. So Some time ago, some group of folk reached out to me that I should help them debug a particular body of code, which I don't write that particular language. I don't think I have touched that framework in over 3, 4 years. But I told them, please bring it up, bring it up. All I needed to do was to set it up, put it up on my AI, and in less than 48 hours, I finished building and deployed for them. And they were looking at me like one good, one bad ass guy. I learned how to make use of AI to make my work easier. So now you are the middle, you are the human orchestrator. Your empathy, your strategy, your problem finding skill speak largely as to the kind of problems you will be able to solve. So stop being the instrument. Stop being the instrument. Stop doing repetitive tasks and get on to become the orchestrator. All right, now this is my sweet part. This is the sweetest part of my presentation. Yeah, this is one of the sweetest parts. I know my time is gone. I said I was going to use 30 minutes, and I think I have tried to I've tried to keep up to that, but 2 minutes late. Now, this slide, I will tell us just one thing. Don't just use AI. Build solutions that solve Africa's problem. One mistake many people make is thinking that AI is all about ChatGPT, but AI is just an engine. The real question is, what problems around us can we solve using that engine? What problem around you can you solve using the AI engine? All right. So you are the you are at the point of the sweet spot. You discover our local problem, human thinking and empathy is applied, and AI solves the problem for you. So the most valuable skill is not coding, it is identifying problem that is worth solving. All right. Now look at this slide. I think I should conclude with this slide so we can ask questions. These opportunities we can build on. Let's say your church has over 5,000 members, and of course, minimum, and they are still making use of paper-based attendance. When you come to church, they'll bring paper. Oh, you're welcome, sir. Can you write your name? Yeah, this. Now, how many times do they follow up people? We can have an automated system for them that will handle all this. Church attendance system, the embedded reminders, financial record. Or you work in a private school, and every time school closes, teachers will still come to school to collect student report card. Why don't you build a system for them that could handle that? AI could automate all those report generation, student performance generation. It could generate, it could build a few reminders for your, you could build attendance tracking. Some time ago, we built a system for a school in Lekki, and what they wanted was that the moment a child steps out of the house and get into school, in fact, the moment you step into school, all you do is just to tap your fingerprints in the biometrics device. Your parents get a notification on their phone that child has entered the school premises. The moment you step into class, every classroom has their own fingerprint and facial recognition. It captures you and it sends notification to your parents. Yeah, you might tell me it's too much, but it's for security reasons. When the students are on break and they leave the class, notification comes to the parents. And when school closes and the child steps out of the school premises, the parents get notification. To avoid a situation where my child left the house this morning, I don't know where he is, blah blah blah, those have been sorted. So begin to think of the problem within our Nigerian local context that we can use AI to solve. We have agricultural problem. The average person there in the village is losing money. Imagine that The farmer in Benue State spent over 2 million planting maize now, and the rain now delays one. You have pest attack, you have market prices fall, he loses everything. The question is, couldn't AI have been made to help him make better decisions? We can have weather predictions. We have tools like Google Earth Engine. We could have crop disease dictation. We have Microsoft Farmbit. We can have drone monitoring. We can have market pricing forecasting. We can have fertilizer recommendation, and all these things you can use Gemini, ChatGPT. There's a solution called Plantix that can help a farmer. So imagine a farmer taking the picture of a diseased cassava leaf and upload to AI, and immediately AI tells the farmer the kind of disease this is and how it could be treated. So let's begin to think in terms of solving problem. Local language assist. We no longer need to do too much to understand languages. As a matter of fact, I have been privileged to be in over 20 countries, at least the ones that are over 20 countries. And out of the 20, I can guarantee you that we have a diversity across the world. We have a diversity across Africa, all right? And we speak different languages. How have I been able to survive? It is simply AI assist. Google Translate is there. All before now, what I do is I just type word in English and I ask Google to translate it to French or Portuguese or any language for me, and it does it, and I try to read it to the people I'm communicating with, but it wasn't working. They will move to the era of when you type in, you tell Google, when it translates it, you play the volume for the person. It worked, but it was not effective. Now we now have a two-way communication system on Google Translate. Just on your Google Translate and put communication. Or as the person is speaking to you, you are getting the real-time translation, and you are also responding in real time to the person. And to even shock you, we have the Apple iPod 3 is real time. Or get it in your ears, and any language the person is speaking, you hear it in your preferred language. And recently, Oraimo released a new earpiece that could help you with that. So language, the world is not becoming a single global village. Language issue, language is not becoming an issue of the past. Of course, health information system, that is my core. If I get on this one, I can keep us here for the next how many hours discussing this, the amazing things we are building to digitize the health ecosystem and from one country to another, because no country should be left behind. All right. So yeah, these are some of the opportunities we have in AI. So as I let me this is my last slide, and it's a challenge. The builder's challenge. Learn one AI tool, solve one problem, build one solution, share one result. Every generation is given a tool. Our parents had machines. The previous generation had computers. We have artificial intelligence. Now, the future belongs to us. I'll stop here. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. Please, can we just use our emojis to clap, clap, show some love? In fact, right now it feels so bad that we don't even have extra time, because this is supposed to be a master class, supposed to be serious. So let's show him some love. Thank you so much, sir. The knowledge you've shared here is not a knowledge you got in one day. It's in fact, so we cannot even take it all in just 1 hour. Yes, so thank you so much, sir. In fact, if you are in this call and you are saying we should bring him back again, he talked about teaching you how to build websites yourself. Some of you now, they want to help you stop paying money to read our developers. It's not good though. But yeah, if you want us to have a part two of this, just indicate with your emojis and we'll put that together. So once again, thank you, sir. God bless you for taking out your time to be here. I really wish we could take questions, but time is sincerely against us. I was hoping that if you have questions, you would drop them in the comment section, but we don't have any question there. I know some persons would like to ask their own questions using word of mouth, but please, if you join the community, you can drop your questions there and they will definitely be attended to. If there is, I would have loved if you have something like your take home today, just drop it in the chat. Oh, this is what I'm taking home out of here today. You should build one solution. You should create a content calendar. There was just so much. I was just taking down notes. In fact, I couldn't write again. I was screenshotting the whole slide. Thank you so much, sir. So please want to speak to everyone here. Join the community. The link is in the chat. Follow us on Instagram. You get to see updates there. And we do this workshop monthly. Last month we talked about should you be an entrepreneur or should you be a 9 to 5er? I'm sure many persons here have that question in mind, but you were not in the workshop to attend. This month now we've talked about how you could build with AI. Next month, keep watch. That's why you should be on our Instagram. You should be in the community to have all the updates. So please send your feedback via any of our platforms. We really love to hear your feedback. It encourages us to keep doing this and it will encourage others out there to join us. I would have loved to bring up the moderator, but because of our time, I would just keep that. And yeah, I'm not seeing our comments, so it's like our hands is it busy. Nobody is saying anything like, hey, I learned this, I learned that. Please, let's keep things bubbly, okay? I look forward to getting your feedback. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Sam. And if you want to have any, session with him, consultancy is not free. Oh. You can always reach out to us and we would fix that up for you. Probably you're looking at going into anything AI related or how you can specifically use AI for your own field. Please, yes, I see the emojis. Thank you so much. Monday, I see you. And insightful session. Thank you so much. So, if you need one-on-one advice, please you can reach out to us. We'll fix that up and let's do this again next month. We'll drop the update on our handles and I want to see every one of you. If you know you learned something here, Jasmine, I can see you. If you know you learned something here, make sure you are in next month's own. And once we put up that class again for the learning how to build your website and all of that, please be part of it. So Sonkicha says, let's do this again next month. I'm with you on that. Let's do this again next month. So from me to you, have a good night. Urala Johnson, thank you so much. Highly educative, Igoche Gabriel, thank you. So let's have a